Hey guys, welcome to another deck profile by Yugioh Dueling Corner. Today I'm doing a deck profile on my Tempest Magician FTK deck. The win condition is burning your opponent out for first turn. So let's get started. And I'll explain Tempest Magician at the end. So 3 Royal Magical Libraries, Spellcaster 4-star Light, 2000 defense, 0 attack. For every time a spell card is activated, place a spell counter on this card. When this card has 3 spell counters, you can remove the 3 spell counters to draw 1 card, and this cannot have more than 3 spell counters, so that's important to know. Then you have 1 Magic Exemplar. Each time a spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on this, and once per turn you can remove any number of spell counters from this card to special summon 1 spellcaster monster from your graveyard equal to the number of spell counters you removed. So you will use this to get your tuner out and synchro into Tempest Magician. Then you have 1 Argenix Overseer. The only point for this card is it's a 2-star spellcaster tuner, which you need to sync into Tempest Magician. Now when you bring it out with Magic Exemplar, because Magic Exemplar doesn't have a limit on how many spell counters it can have, you will sync with your Royal Magical Library, because the Tempest Magician needs spell counters to burn. So you can use the remaining spell counters on Magic Exemplar. Then you have 3 Thunder Dragons. This is to get a +1 in your hand and the deck thin. It's pretty much all it is, and you can use it with hand destruction. The 2 you switched out, you hand destruction them and send them to the grave. 1 Double Summon. This is how you can get the Magic Exemplar on the field. You can normal summon the Royal Magical Library and you draw this. It lets you normal summon 1 more time that turn. So you can normal summon your Magic Exemplar, which can get your Argenix Overseer. 1 Monster Reborn. This is how you can get your Magic Exemplar, or you can get a second Royal Magical Library and just plus like crazy if you do. 1 Foolish Barrel. It sends any monster you need to the grave, Argenix Overseer, Magic Exemplar, or Royal Magical Library, and then you can Monster Reborn them. Typically you want to send Argenix Overseer for Magic Exemplar, but if you already have the Monster Reborn in hand with the Foolish Barrel, then you can send whatever you need. 2 Magical Mallets. The -1 doesn't matter because you're going to be plussing so much with the deck, and it helps get your Royal Magical Library to your hand first turn. Pretty much if you get Royal Magical Library to your hand first turn, it's probably game. 1 Terraforming. Searches a field spell card from deck to hand, and I will show you why. You're running that. 3 Magic Citadels. Each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card. Once per turn, you can remove spell counters on this to activate a monster's effect on the field. So if Magical Library is on the field, you can remove spell counters from this to activate Royal Magical Library, and you can get the extra draw. So you would activate this. Let's say you activate 3 spells, libraries on the field. You remove from this to activate library's effect. Now this card is dead because it's once per turn. So you set. This will go to the graveyard. You activate. Now you have another live one. You get another draw on this one, and then you set and activate. Now with this, after you use the Royal Magical Library's effect, the spell counters on this is going to matter because you're going to use it with Tempest Magician to burn for game. So Tempest Magician pretty much abuses the remaining spell counters on Magic Citadel and Magic Exemplar. 2 Spell Power Grasp. Only 1 can be activated per turn, but this searches out another Spell Power Grasp from deck to hand, and you can place 1 spell counter on 1 card on the field. So it's like activating 2 spells essentially, plus a deck then. So it's pretty cool. 3 Into the Voids. It can only be activated if you have 3 or more cards in hand. Draw 1 card, and during the end phase, discard your hand. But since you're going to be going for game first turn, it's not going to matter. 3 Hand Destructions. Good and bad. The minuses don't matter too much. It's mainly I don't like my opponent drawing, because if they draw the effect failure, they could really stop the deck. It doesn't bother with Dark Worlds because this is sending and not discarding, so that's not a worry. But them drawing effect failure is. 3 Tune Table of Contents. Tune Table can search another tune card from deck to hand, so you search another tune table to search another tune table. You just got 3 spell counters on that, plus you deck then by 3. and you search out Toon World with the last Toon table of contents. So you just activated, you got 4 spell counters and decked in by 3. 3 Broken Bamboos. It's an equip card, so you equip to Royal Magical Library typically. The monster gains 0 attack, that's the card's effect, but it doesn't matter because you use it with Golden Bamboo. When a Bamboo Sword equip spell is active on the field, you can activate this to draw 2 cards. So you can get some major pluses off that. 3 upstarts. People are going to say it's a burn deck, why are you running upstart? But there is 32 spells in the deck. So you only need 16 spell counters on the whole field to burn for 8,000. So, whatever, you need 19 after activating 3 upstarts. It's really simple if you can, counting, you have the Magic Exemplar spell counters and the Magic Citadel. So, 3 upstarts is the deck then. It's a 40 card deck. Essentially, it kind of makes it a 37 card deck. And you get more spell counters. The last 2 cards is Dark World Dealings. Reason I put this last is because this is probably one of the only cards you might want to side out. If you're versing Dark Worlds, take this out, side something else in. Another Magical Mallet and something else. It doesn't really matter. Maybe a Magical Stone. Because you don't want them getting their effects off the Dark World Dealings. Plus, I don't like the idea of any deck kind of getting the effect failure to their hand first turn. But that's it for the deck. On a cover Tempest Magician. When this is Synchro Summon, place 1 spell counter on the field, on a card on the field, and once per turn you can discard any number of cards from your hand to the graveyard to place as many spell counters as cards discarded on a card on the field. So whatever, you discard 5, a card on the field gains 5, you pick. And you can remove spell counters on the field to burn 500 for every spell counter removed. So again, if you activated the 3 upstarts, you only need 19 spell counters on the field, and you have 32 magics in the deck. It's pretty simple. I mean, the Magic Citadel is going to be stacked with spell counters, and the Magic Exemplar is going to be stacked with spell counters. Essentially, you only need, 9 spells activated after having Magic Citadel and the Magic Exemplar on the field. You just get the Gen X Overseer, sink into her, and then it's game. And that's not even counting the cards you could discard to gain spell counters. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So that's it for the deck profile. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. There'll be more deck profiles coming up. There'll be event coverage at YCS Philly because I'm going. There's going to be more unboxing videos. Duels will be coming up in the next about month and a half because I'll be buying an HD camera and tripod. So please subscribe, stay tuned, and tell your friends. Like always, have a good day.